What's going on, YouTube? Back here doing my thing. I'm proving to you guys that I can help you. I can do what I said I can do. Went on some other sites and stuff that I'm a part of. Looked at some of Stardoms and Setdoms, flexes, things of that nature. So I'm going to give you guys an example of what you can get from me. So let's crack into it. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I know a lot of people got a lot of things going on. So here we go. First up, we had Taysom Hill or Trey McBride for tight end. Okay, guys, here's how I see this. Taysom Hill can go off at times. I'll give you that. He has a better matchup this week. He's an upswing. So what I mean by that, for you guys that don't know, and most of you do, that means he's a chance. He might score you 0, but his ceiling can be out of the roof. But in my opinion, Trey McBride would be the better safe play here. I would go with Trey McBride. If you're needing like that win, like you need the guy's going to outscore you that's projected, try Taysom Hill. But if you are just trying to play a general game and you're still competing, number one, Trey McBride's going to be a better pick through the rest of the season. But if you're talking about this week, I'm still going with Trey McBride. So that's where I'd go with that. Next one says, should I drop Najee Harris for Alexander Mattison? No, you should not. I would not. Najee Harris is still the number one running back in Pittsburgh. I know he struggles at times, but he's still scoring decent points for a running back. Have you seen the running back situation? Alexander Mattison, he's okay, but Najee's going to keep you consistent, and you better hang on because this season ain't over and running backs are falling like hotcakes. Okay, this one says pick 1 out of 3, so that we went with D-Hop, Zay Flowers, and Addison. Okay, guys, maybe last week I might have picked Addison, but newsflash, Kirk Cousins is gone. Nobody to throw to. We don't know what the quarterback's going to do with Addison. So I'm going D-Hop and Zay Flowers. And again, guys, if you disagree with anything I say, put it in the comments. I'm all about it. We'll discuss it. You can call me a moron if you want to, but it's fine. I don't think so. Next says in the flex, Zach Moss or Nico Collins. To me, the way I look at in the flex this way, Zach Moss is a split. You know, he has a split workload. Nico Collins is a starter, and Nico Collins has got a pretty good matchup this week, so I'm going with Nico Collins. Zach Moss is also he's kind of a swing. He can be a home run hitter, but he's splitting that load. So if he doesn't hit his share of handoffs when he gets them, you're not going to get a whole lot. I'm going with Nico Collins. I think he's a better player in this situation. Next one says, in the flex, Dobbs or Warren. Well, it's kind of the same thing I just said about Moss. Warren is not going to get you that much. He'll get you maybe a 8, 9, 6-ish. Every once in a while he might go off, but he's also in a split backfield. Now, if this was running backs, we'd be having a different conversation because, again, running backs are hard to come by. But if we're talking about in the flex between Dobbs and Warren, I think Dobbs has got a better matchup this week. Dobbs can be up and down, but Dobbs still, his floor is going to be about what Warren's ceiling is. So, and on the off chance that Warren goes off occasionally, but as an average consistently through the season, I think Dobbs is your better move. So I'm going with Dobbs with that. The next one says Pickens or Godwin. Again, guys, pay attention to what's going on in the league. Pickens, we don't know what's going to happen since the quarterback went down this week. So I'm going with Godwin, just for the simple fact of who is throwing to Pickens. I think what's going to happen there, well, I'll tell you that in my last pick here for myself. I'm going to give you a Thursday night little something to put up in the matchups in the DFS. But anyway, I'm going with Godwin. I know that it could be very debatable that people say, no, man, he's the number one wide receiver. Pickens is still the man, but I've got some different research that says different, and I'll tell you why at the end of this video. Najee Harris or Zach Moss. Again, Najee Harris is consistent. Zach Moss is your risk reward. Zach Moss has a good matchup this week. He does. He absolutely does. So if you need that upswing and you want that home run hit, Zach Moss is your man. If you're wanting something consistent, Najee Harris is your man. It's 50-50. It really depends on your team. And that's the thing about these questions. If you don't really get the full picture of the team or the record or where you're kind of at or who you're playing against, it's kind of hard to answer this. So the best way to answer is what I just said. If you need that win and you know this guy is already projected to outscore you, you need that home run, go with Zach Moss this week. If you need consistency and you're close, go with Najee Harris. Najee Harris will keep you consistent and at least help you compete. But just keep in mind, if you go to Zach Moss for that home run, he can also lay you an egg. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Consistency, Najee, home run, I need a win. This guy against me is like the highest scoring team in my league, Zach Moss. Okay, next one is Henderson or Moss. I'm going Henderson this week. I just talked to you about Moss. I think Henderson's the better choice there. Now, I also told you that I would go back to what I was talking about with George Pickens and Pickett. And then the quarterback that's coming in, this is my Thursday night little sprinkle in, just to give you a little dose of what I do and what I can do. I think tonight, if you're playing a showdown in the game on Thursday night, you must put Deontay Johnson in. The quarterback and Deontay Johnson that's playing tonight will win you something, I promise, because they have a past, a history. It is shown that Pickens kind of dives off. I'm not saying the man's not going to score anything, but I think for tonight, Deontay Johnson's going to be your number one wide receiver for Pittsburgh. So, if you guys have any questions, any more stardom sit-ems, any criticism to this video, by all means, put it up. I love it. And again, this is your North Carolina fantasy expert. Come check me out. Tell your friends about it. Hit that subscribe button. Come back and tell me whether anything I said this week helped you out. See ya.